This conference will now be recorded.
Now, last class we've been talking about REST services. If you remember that, I have written a REST service and right, we tested again get method, post method. Now today, before we go to the SOAP, right, let us see how to write a test class, how to test the program that we have written, how to test. We have been doing manual testing. What we have been going to the workbench. From a workbench, right, we are requesting and we are seeing whether we are getting a response or not, right? We are getting a response or not, right? That's what we are doing, right? So what we are doing, let's understand with a diagram, right? What we're doing. How are we testing? We have a Salesforce system. Inside the Salesforce system, I have written a REST service, right? This is my SFDC system, right? And inside this, I have written REST, right? I have written a REST service, REST API service. Now, any third-party system will go ahead and we will, what the third-party system will do? The third-party system will request a data and our system will respond back. This is what will happen. Because we don't have a third-party control, right? What we are doing? We are sending this request from workbench. Workbench. Using a URL, right? Using a URL, right? Using a URL, we are setting it. Right? Now, whatever this program we have written is perfect or not, how do I know? How can I test this program? We did a manual testing. Similarly, right, this is the second scenario. What was the first scenario? Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control. In the first scenario, we were requesting third party and third party was responding. We request, they respond. We request, they will respond, right? Request, respond, response I'm writing. We request and they will respond. This is what we have done. There also we have written a REST API. We have written a REST program. All this program that you're writing, how will you test? How will you test, guys? Right? Every class has to be tested. 75% code coverage. How will I test is a question, right? Now, these are all live environment. Whenever you're sending a request, the request is going live to the postal service. Here is the postal service. Here is the SMS. Here is the currency. Here is the utrace. All these 4 integration that I did, I'm taking it. You are requesting whenever you are sending a data, immediately SMS is going. Is it a dummy environment? No, utrace is alive. Postal service, Postal India is alive. Then how can you test this? Before I go ahead and hit the live environment, I want to test this. Is there any way of testing it? Without hitting the live environment, is there any way of testing it? Yes. We will introduce a mock system. We will not hit, we will not request the live postal system. No, no. Before the postal system, I will introduce a mock postal system, mock postal or mock currency layer or mock SMS gateway, mock utrace. I will ask for, from this class, I will ask a request not to the postal service, but a dummy system will be created. Who will respond? The dummy system will respond. By this, we will do the testing. We will create a mock. If you remember that, right? I told you that we have, right, a mock system available. We have a mock class available, right? We have a mock class, HTTP call mock. Mock, where Rupam? Let's go to the PPT again, right? Let's go to the PPT again, right? Okay. In the HTTP protocol, I told you there are, right? What are the classes available in the HTTP? In the integration protocol class, you have seen that we have HTTP class, HTTP request class, HTTP response class, HTTP callout mock class. There are 4. These are the classes available. What are those classes? Here it is. If you remember, HTTP class for creating protocol, HTTP request class for creating a request, HTTP response class to get a response. Response class will capture the response. Request class will place a request. HTTP is a protocol class. Along with that, the 4th class was HTTP callout mock. HTTP callout mock. See, enable sending fake response. Fake. Because I want to test. I cannot send 100 requests to Facebook and then tell that, hey Facebook, sorry, I'm testing. They'll say, hello, are you mad? Why are you bombarding my system with all testing transactions? This is not a testing environment. Then you will say, hey Facebook, can you give me a testing environment? No, why should I give you? Or postal department, can you give me a testing postal code environment where we can test and then we can hit your production? Right? No, they will not. Hence, these are the production. Postal code has a production. That's the reason they introduced CAPTCHA, because everybody is posting just like that. Why the CAPTCHA concept came in? Because people like you and me, what they're doing, I want to test a postal service. What I will do, I will write a class, test class, and I'll keep on posting unnecessary data there to check whether test data, whether my system is working fine or not. In this process, the whole postal department server is getting jammed because of you sending 100 waste requests. All the genuine requests are getting blocked. That is the reason they introduce a CAPTCHA, right? So that system cannot automatically put something, right? Blocking, CAPTCHA. Earlier, this CAPTCHA concept was not there. Now, CAPTCHA, everywhere you go, CAPTCHA, 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 enter CAPTCHA. So that to avoid fake response, to find genuine response. Now, Salesforce has come up, okay? For a fake response, why can't I create a fake postal here? Who will respond? I will write my class. I will ask postal to respond. A fake postal will respond. This is my mock. This is the service HTTP callout mock. HTTP callout mock is used for testing purposes. Now let's do practically and understand. Rupam @of91.com, passwords INDIA1234 hash. Right? Integration testing. I'm taking up this topic, integration testing. Right? Most of the time, right, trainers will teach integration and they leave it. Students were also became happy. Wow, integration. But I'm going in depth. Not only I have shown you the integration in live, but now I will show you how to test the integration also. Let's see. Right? Setup developer console. Setup developer console. Right? I close everything. File, new class. I will give rest, right? INTG CL hyphen 0508 hyphen, right? INT hyphen, right? Rest, right? Rest mock. REST or REST main. REST main. I'm getting REST main. Here I'm writing what? My original REST service. Public void main or invoke, anything. Invoke. I'm writing a method. What do you do? How do you write? So first thing, right? You have your endpoint string endpoint equals to give any fake endpoint. Give any fake endpoint, right? I will give endpoint called as, let's assume that HTTPS, right? www.rupam.com, rupam.com / example. I'm creating a fake. I'm creating a, there is no website called www.rupam.com / example. Let's assume that somebody gave me this endpoint URL. Somebody gave me this endpoint URL. Somebody gave me this endpoint URL. And they say that whenever you go to the endpoint URL, right? This is the endpoint URL. Okay. How can I request this endpoint URL? How can I request this endpoint URL? HTTP P equals to new HTTP. Everybody should be knowing it. I did this. We have been doing this from the day one. Next, HTTP response, or sorry, request. We always give a name called request. REQUEST, request equals to new. What is that? HTTP request. New HTTP request. New HTTP request. Now what I do? Request.set endpoint URL. Request.set set endpoint URL. Where is my endpoint? Here is my endpoint. Next, immediately the method. These two are the only important. Request.set. Set what? Method. If you don't give a method, it's by default get. Get. Now I will do what? I will request now. HTTP response is equals to protocol P dot what? Send what? Send the request. Where is the request? Request is request. I'm creating a request and then I'm sending the request with the protocol P. P is the protocol. With the protocol, whatever the request is sent, this endpoint URL is called, it will give a response. The response will be stored where? In the response. Response will store in the response. Now I will say string RESULT result. The same programming what we did in the past, I'm doing it right now. I'm doing the same. I'm doing the same thing what we did in the past. Whatever we did in the past, the same class I'm repeating, guys. There's nothing that rocket science or new I'm doing. String result equals to what? From the response, I have to read the result. From the response, I have to read the result. Response dot get body. Right? Response dot get the body, because the result will be in the body. Once you got the body, now what I will do? I can consume it. I can consume it. Once the body is there, once the body is received, I can consume it. I can consume it. Right? I can consume it. Right? Once the body is come, right? Now let's assume that whatever this gives me one data, some data it's giving me. Let's assume that whenever you go to this endpoint URL, he's giving you ABC, EFG, right? Now what I'll do with this result, whatever I got, I'll create account. I'll consume it. ACCOUNT account ACC equals to new account. ACC in the account name is compulsory field. Name equals to what is that? Result. Whatever the result comes, I will store. I will get a result in a XML format or in JSON format. The whole XML I'm creating a right. Whatever the response will be mostly what? Mostly it will be either a JSON or an XML result. Then I will say insert ACC. Over. Now, whenever I run this class name.method name or with a button from a Visualforce, if I invoke, it will go ahead and call this. Where is this website? Not there. That's the reason I have to create a fake. I have to create a fake server. Let's do this. Then only we can do a testing. Because whenever I run this program doesn't know this is a fake. This because everything looks to be genuine. The same thing we did it here. We put a postal code, right? And then we have been passing the data to the postal code. Postal code was giving me response, right? We pass it to utrace with IP address and utrace. Here I'm not passing any data. I'm calling only the URL. And it will give me the data in XML or JSON. It will give me the data in XML or JSON. Whatever the data it's giving, I'm just creating an account. But when I call it, do I get any response? Will I get any response? No, because this itself is not there. That means I have to create one fake. I have to create this fake. I have to create. How to create a fake? There we go. File, new, another class. What I will say? CL underscore 0508 underscore INT underscore FAKE fake REST MAIN fake REST main. I'm getting a fake. Always this has to be global. To create a fake, you have to implement. If you see the diagram, if you see HTTP callout mock is an interface. It is a class which you have to implement. I will say implements. Implements what? Implements this class name. HTTP mock callout. HTTP callout mock. This will create a fake. What I'm doing, I'm creating a fake Rupam.com so that whenever my original REST service request, it should be able to find Rupam.com and Rupam.com will respond also, right? And who will receive? This is what I've just written. What I just did now, right? Wait. What I just did now, we just created this piece. Did I run it? No. If I run, there'll be no Rupam.com. That's the reason I'm creating a fake Rupam now. This is what I'm doing now. This fake not only has this service not only has to find the fake, but the fake also has to give a fake result. It has to give a result. Is it that? It has to give a result. It's not only finding the fake. It has to find the fake first. Yes, fake is found. Now you're expecting a response. The fake should give a response also. Then this green service will receive. And now we have a service. We have responder, a requester and responder. Now we can test it. Testing is the third step. First step, the original service. Second step, create a fake. Third, create a test class. Total 3 steps. Integration testing has 3 steps. First, original class and method. Second, fake, right? Fake. Second, is nothing but a virtual representation of that particular URL, endpoint URL. Third class, test class, a class which will test this now. Is it this particular green program is able to communicate the fake? Yes. If the fake is responding, is it the green was able to capture the response? Yes. Oh, so if it can send a request to fake and capture the request from fake, then I will remove the fake and I will connect to the original. Then it should be working with the original. That's the whole purpose. Oh, testing pass. If it pass, then yes. If it work with the fake, then it will work with the original also. That's the whole concept here. So now I'll be creating what? Right? I'm creating the second piece. That is nothing but the fake piece. Here I am doing. And then I will write a test class. I will write a one more class here called test class. That will test the connection between the two. Test class. This will test the connection between, right, the requester and the responder. Because in integration, two things are required. One requester, one responder. Now I have a original requester, fake responder. Between these two, is it transaction is going fine? Yes. Oh, then it's pass. I have to write a test class. First step is done. I have written an original. Now I'm writing a fake one. HTTP callout mock, right? Inside this, I will write a method because the parent global, right? What is that? Global, right? HTTP response. That's the response, right? My name will be RESPOND, respond. Name would be respond. This name would be respond. Global HTTP respond. You can give any name. I'm giving respond. Here, I will receive a request. HTTP request will be received. Whenever I'm requesting, whenever I'm requesting, it has to receive a request. Right? Finally, this mock will what? Just it cannot stand just like that. It has to do an acting. It has to act like an original. It has to receive the request. That's what I'm doing. HTTP request. It will receive a request, and that will call REQ. Whatever the request received will be called REQ. Right? Next, right? How does this will understand? How does this mock will understand that it itself is Rupam.com? Right? From here, I say that Ravi.com, Amir.com, Aniruddha.com, Gopal.com, Harini.com, Josna.com. How this mock postal will understand that I am Harini, I'm Rupam, I'm Josna. Oh, Josna.com. Oh yeah, me. I'm the Josna. Yeah, tell me what you want. Even though he's a fake. For the fake also, I have to tell him that you are Josna, you are Rupam, you are this. That's what. First, let us prepare a full-fledged fake. Right? I'm saying string, right? What is that? ENDPOINT, endpoint. String endpoint is nothing but first let us see what has been received, right? Request, whenever the request was sent for whom? Request was sent for whom? Request was sent for rupam.com/example. So I'm receiving that request. I want to know what is the URL that was passed in the request. I will say rec dot what? Get endpoint. Which URL it will come and hit the mock, right? There are 20 mocks. It will hit all the 20 mocks, right? It will say, okay, guys, give me the URL. Which URL are you looking for? Oh, you're looking for Rupam? Yeah, I'm Rupam. It's something like this. So first I will ask, so whatever the request that is coming in, from there I'll get the URL, right? Not only that, I have to get the method also. Is it a get method or a post method? Get method equals to req dot, what is that? Get method. Get method. So whenever a request is coming, I will say, hey, stop, right? ఎక్కడ వెళ్తున్నారు? Where are you going? Hey, actually I'm going to rupam.com. Okay, rupam.com. Rupam.com is like example. What is the method? It's a get method. Hey man, nene, it's me. So whatever the request is going, I'm capturing this request and I'm taking the request endpoint. I'm capturing the request, whatever the request details. Then I will go ahead, right? What I will do, right? Then I will go ahead and, right, I will right, pass it. I will say system dot assert equal system dot assert equal system dot assert equal what it said. It's me only. I have to say system dot assert equal, right? What does the assert equal will do? Assert equal will comparison original versus expected versus original versus expected, right? I will say, right, exactly this. I'll copy it, comma, 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 what? The endpoint. Guys, if you're not able to understand my steps, please call it out, right? I'm creating a fake system. Whenever this original program will request, it will request rupam.com with a method called get. The fake will stop. Hey, stop, man. Where are you going? Actually, I'm going to rupam.com. Okay, where are you going? He will capture all the details. Show me where you're going. Oh, so get the endpoint. So from the request, I'm getting the endpoint. Actually, this is the endpoint. Oh, you're going to rupam.com. Then method, right? Then I'm saying, right? I'm saying hello, right? It's me only, rupam.com. See, I'm saying system.assert equal rupam.com. And where are you going? I'm going to rupam.com. Rupam.com will match because this endpoint URL will contain what? Endpoint URL will contain this. This both will match. True. Hello. Yeah, చూసుకోండి. My name is rupam.com. Your endpoint also shows rupam.com. True. Oh, అవును కదా? True. Next, same thing I have to do. System.assert equal system dot equal any expected versus action. Hello, what is that? Okay, name match. But here it's a get method. Hello, see, I'm also get method. You see, your method is get. I'm also get. Your URL is Rupam. See, I'm also Rupam. So that means it's me. This request is for me, right? This request is for me. That means this arrow will go and stop in the mock itself. It will not go beyond. It will stop there itself. The request that I have just sent will go and stop here because this request is carrying endpoint URL and the get method. And it will hit here and it will say, yes, your address match, your method match. So I am the person. Stop here. Don't go further. It will stop here only. That's exactly intelligently I'm doing. System.assert equal. Intelligently I'm doing, right? Equals system.assert equals. Intelligently I'm doing. Now, okay, hey, sorry, Mirena. Okay, now give a response. Now we will write the response. We have to give response back, right? I'll give a response. So I stopped him. Till here I stopped the protocol, right? By name matching, method matching. Once I stop it, now I have to give a response back. I'll say HTTP response. I'll say RESPONS response equals to new HTTP response. I'm creating a new response and I will say HTTP, sorry, why? Response dot. This is a response. Response dot set body. I'm setting the body. In that body, I will pass what? I will pass, let's say what, right? We will pass, right? Nandini. Nandini. I'm creating a response. In that response body, I'm placing a keyword called Nandini, right? Anything else you want to place? Anything else you want to place? Anything else you want to place? Right? I can say anything else we want to place, anything else you want to place, anything else you want to place, right? Anything else? I can go ahead. I can actually enough, but okay, we will, that's enough, right? Or you want to set anything more? RESPONS response dot set status code. Set status code. What is that? I will say status code 200. Something. System will go with a body. Status code 200. Response Nandini. 200 means success. Let's assume. Then I will say return response. Return what? Return the response. That means what is happening? What is happening here? I'm creating a response, and in the response I'm entering a keyword called Nandini, and I'm saying return response. Whenever I say return response, system will now return this response. That means this will receive what? Nandini. My green, right? My green will receive what? Nandini. So I'm creating a response here, right? I received the request. I created a response, right? Whatever response I want, and I returned Nandini. That means every time this will call, it will get what? Nandini back. Every time this body will receive two things, Nandini and status code 200. Whenever you're calling this endpoint URL, it will stop. This class will stop it. Hello, wait, where are you going? Actually, I'm going I'm going to www.rupam.com/example. He'll say, hello, it's me only, because see, I'm only Rupam and your endpoint is matching me. Both are matching. Original is me, and this is what endpoint you are matching. Method match, address match. Okay, then you want a response, right? Immediately I'll create a response and I will say return response. And I'm giving the HTTP back a response. HTTP will take the response back to my original class. And here I'll get Nandini. After receiving the response in the original, I will receive the response in the body. From the body, I'm reading the response in the result and I'm creating an account with that result. That means an account called as Nandini will be created if I go ahead and run this program. Right? Able to understand? My second piece is also over. My second piece is also over. Completed. My second piece is also over. Done. I completed it. This, anybody calling www.rupam.com, it will stop. It will say, hello, your rupam.com, the address printed on your HTTP matches with my name. The method printed on your HTTP matches to my method. Then that means I am the right person. Okay, so you're the right person. There's a message for you. What is that message? Give something. Oh, you're expecting something. I will create a response. I'll create a response, and in that response, I'll put Nandini. I'll say take it back. So this will take it back now, to and fro. During this thing, now what I'm sending, nothing. What I'm getting? Nandini. With that Nandini, one account will be created called Nandini. This rest has to create one account. That we will do testing now. Here it is now. I'm here now. I'll do the testing. I will do the testing. I will do the testing. Testing piece. Right? Guys, able to understand? Open your brain little bit and try to understand what I'm doing. Request and response. Now we have to test this. Let's go ahead and write a test class. File, new Apex class. What is that? I will say CL hyphen 0508 hyphen int hyphen right test class to test this. REST main fake test. Always I told you, whenever you're writing test, at the rate is test. At the rate is test. At the rate is test annotation. Right? Next, method also has to be at the rate is test. New generation. Otherwise, you can use a keyword called as test method. Right? Public static void test method name. Now I'm going by the new generation. If you remember in the testing class, I told you, you can use in the method either a keyword called test method or you have to use an annotation. I'm using an annotation. Public static void test me is the method name. Test me is the method name. Test me is the method name. Right? That's a test method. Test me is the method name. Call me, test me, whatever you say. Now, right? So what I have to do? Right? What I have to do? Right? What I have to do? Okay. Right? How can I test? Right? What is happening is that this main I have to call the main program, right? Main program, right? Main program. I have to initialize the main program. I have to initialize the fake program. Then only it will calling each other. Let's start initializing with the fake one. Fake. What is the fake class name? This is the class name. Fake, right? This is actually will give a data. DATA. I'm just giving a name called data equals to new. I'm initializing it actually. New. I'm initializing it. Right? That class, right? int fake rest main equals to new, right? Perfectly formed. That's good. Wait now. Next, right? Next, I have to use the word called as test. Test dot. Set mock. Set mock. Because this is the fake one. Set mock. System interface type mock type. System interface is what? Right? That is a fake one. So I have to say fake one. System interface type. What is interface type? System interface it's saying. Where is the interface? Implement interface. Implement interface. So I'm copying this interface because it says interface here. Say interface. System.interface it says. Dot class. Dot class. What is that? That fake class name is what? Data. If you say mock here, then mock. Your wish. Whatever you say, I don't mind. You say mock, mock. I put data, so data. If mock, then put mock here. Right? This will first test the mock, whether the mock is responding, whether this fake is actually original or not. It's looking like original or not. Right? right? So before I start testing, I will test the mock. Mock itself is correct or not. Yes. Now I will come to my original. This is my original class. Here also I have to initialize original, right? I will say RE, something I'm giving a name, RE, RA, RB, RC, MD, and new main. This also I'm initializing, right? Now class name dot method name, RE dot, RE dot, right? Method name is what? Invoke. Then only, right? Class name dot method name. That's exactly what we have been doing every time. Class name X equals to new class. Class name dot method name. Invoke. What this will do? This will call the original program and it will run the program. As soon as it run the program, right? That's the reason first I initialize the fake. Because if I initialize first, I have initialized the fake. Because fake should, as soon as I initialize this, if it doesn't find the fake one, then what will happen? It will give an error. So first always initialize the fake. Now the fake server is ready. I activated whom? I activated this fake server. Fake. The fake one I activated. This is the fake. I activated it. Activated. Then I will activate this. That means whenever it get activated, it will immediately call. Call jengane, fake will be there. So always activate the fake first, then activate the original. Now immediately what will happen? This original class will call Rupam with a get method. Will it find? Yes. Immediately system will go ahead and this will be done. Which step will be done? This will be done. As soon as it comes here, we have already initialized it, activated it, we already tested it, it's working fine, right? The test will test it. Yes, right? Ready? Test. Yes, test. Okay, okay. Then I will initiate this original. Original will call the mock. Mock will immediately respond. It will go back. It will give a response, right? The original class will receive Nandini. After receiving Nandini, it will immediately create an account called Nandini because it receives the body, creates account with that. The body is stored in result. With that result, an account name was created and an account is created. So in the result, Nandini will be there because in the body we have set Nandini in the fake. So this will happen, right? Now I will test. Perfect. Let us go to the account and pull the account. ACCOUNT account AC equals to, I have to pull the account. Testing is nothing but whatever you're doing manually, the same thing I'm doing in one by one. Select ID, comma name. I want to see from account. From account. Select ID, comma name. Select ID, comma name from account. And what I will do, right? This will pull select ID, comma name from account, right? Don't worry. This will not pull all account. It will pull the account context to this only, whatever the account it's created, right? So I need not to say where class, right? I will say what? Now I will say system.assert equal system.systm system.assert assert equals expected versus actual. What I'm expected? I know that I've passed Nandini, so I'm expecting Nandini. I know that I've passed Nandini, so I'm expecting Nandini. Actual AC.name. If it matches my test pass. Whenever you create a fake, the fake will give Nandini. Whenever this original is requesting, original program is running, it will reach the fake. Fake will create a response. In the response, I'm passing Nandini. Nandini will be passed to the main method. Main method will go ahead and create an account called Nandini. That's exactly I'm checking. Whether did it created an account called Nandini? System assert equal? Yes or no? You remember that in testing, system assert equal to is the main. Finally, true or false. If it's true, then the test passes. If I'm saying that I'm expecting Josna here, then what will happen? The original will be Nandini. but you are expecting Jyotsna. It will give an error. It will say that false, failed. Right? See that my test class is also written. My test class is also written. My test class is also written. Now
Sir,
I can
line
click on run. Yes, tell me.
not is it not equal to, sir?
Which one not equal to line number?
14. I said not equal to.
Oh, I've taken not equals to. My mistake. Shit, man. I didn't see that. Good. System dot a system dot assert assert equals.
Sir, instead of 14th line, we can take like select ID, comma name from account, where name equal to Nandini. The
Right, but that will be, you're pulling only Nandini, no? So obviously answer will be Nandini only then.
but we are testing Nandini account only, right, sir?
Don't worry. So if we are testing Nandini account, but right in this test mock, this test dot, where is this test dot? Test dot will always restrict to the same ID. That means whatever this is creating, that ID will be flowing here automatically, and it will pull that only. Let's see that what happens. If not, then we will go ahead. Right? Done. So as I told
Okay.
you, we
Yeah,
are
okay.
done with this also. This is also done. MyNet. Now we have done everything. 3 programming we did. 3 boxes, 3 programming we did. Right? We just mocked the postal service or a server mocking. We did. Now it is a time for testing. I can run the test here. No, I told you always better that you run the test from here. Custom code, Apex class, because you can see it very clearly here. Here it will show the result. There, if you run it, it will run. But for result seeing, you have to come here. What is my class? What is the name of the class that I created? I created a class called the CL0508 INT test class. CL0508 05 CL0508 should be in the top somewhere. 0508. Here it is. INT test class. I open it. I get a run test button. Same thing. Nandini versus this. Run test. Right? No thanks. See, you need to have a 75% code coverage. You must write unit test to cover. Thanks. What I got? Test method pass. See, few. Test pass. Because system got Nandini there. I need not to go ahead and say that ID where name equals to Nandini. No. Whenever I'm using this test, one test will be restricted. If you write anything inside the test will be restricted to the same ID only. So don't worry about it. Test pass. Test pass. See, test pass. Apex classes. What are the class I written? I have written a class called as CL050 REST main classes. 0508 REST main. If you go there, see that test coverage now? 100%. Earlier it was 0. Now it became 100%. 100%. This is how you will be testing in real time. Testing. For testing, I need a fake. I will be take an example of HTTP callout mock. Enable sending fake response when testing HTTP callout. So that's exactly what I did. I created an original program, right? I created an original program. This is my original program. Yellow, right? I created an original program. Purple color box again, and I want to test it. I created a fake, a mock. The mock is responding. That means the original is talking to fake, the mocking, right? Mocking someone. That means nothing but copying his actions. So mocking. Now I will test between the original to mock. That's what I'm testing. Original to mock. I'm testing original to mock. The mock is also responding. It's acting like original only. It is responding with Nandini. And I'm checking inside that. Is it Nandini created? Yes. Oh, then fine. That means I'm able to request and I'm getting response. I'm able to consume response. Perfectly fine. 100% perfect. This is how you test. This is how you test a HTTP service. This is how you test an HTTP service. Everyone clear with the diagram I have explained? The same thing I have done in the programming. So that's it for today. Tomorrow, REST topic has come to an end. We will start, right? REST topic has come to an end. We will start with SOAP API. Last topic on your integration, SOAP services. I will start writing from tomorrow, and I will show you one live SOAP integration with Amazon Web Service to Salesforce, right? And then we will stop the class, right? Tell me, question.
Sir, can you go to the one time for the test class?
You want to go to the test class? Yes.
Yes, sir. This line number 8, this test dot set mock. What is this one? The test, sir. This is the
Right.
not object.
This line, what it will do is that after initializing, it will check. See what I'm testing. I'm testing the original one, original program. Am I testing this program? I created a fake. Am I testing the fake? No. Am I testing the fake? No. Right. Let's go and see. What is that? Fake. Fake. You see that my fake coverage is also 100%. From where did the fake coverage came over 100%? Did we tested the fake? How can I test the fake? I can test the fake how? Fake. Fake can be tested. How? What are the scenarios fake can be tested? This fake can be tested. The mock can be tested. Are you receiving service? Yes. Are you able to give a response? Right after, can you receive? Yes. Then success. After receiving, can you give a response? Yes. But are we testing this? No. We are testing this original class, original service. Original service is requesting fake, fake is creating a response, and fake is giving a Nandini back. Original service is creating Nandini. This whole test class is focused on what? I'm testing both now in the test class, right? Test. And whenever I go to the test, I say test dot set mock. This is an inbuilt method available, right? Which will test whether this mock can receive request and can send request, yes or no. What it is receiving and what it's sending, it's not testing that. Receive avutada leda? Yes. After receiving, can it respond or not? Yes. So the line number 9 is testing the fake, testing the mock. Line number 8 is testing the mock. Line number 7 is initializing the mock. Line number 8 is testing the mock. Line number 10 is initializing the original method, original class, right? Original REST class, right? Invoking
Test
or
is the
initializing
predefined class. Line
predefined
number
class.
test.
Right.
Okay.
That's correct. Test dot. It's a predefined class. TEST test dot. See that? Test dot clone, test dot get, right? Text test. Stop test, start test. Right? It's a predefined class available. Predefined class. Test dot. Why we use predefined class? Some features we cannot test it, guys. Whether it's receiving or not, testing will be very difficult. It's not that we can't test it. Whether it can respond or not, how do I check it? Again, I have to create one more fake receiver, whether he is receiving or not. It's getting a lot of, again, somebody has to check that fake receiver. To create a fake receiver, again, this will get in a loop. So that's the reason we have test.setMock. What it's doing, right? It is doing a mock, whatever the mock that we have set up, it is testing that. This is the mock. It will understand that, this is a not a original server, it's a mock server. What is the server name? Data. That is what I gave you. That's the class name. That class is now acting as a server, and the class is called as data, the mock one, and it's testing the mock. That's the reason the mock is also 100%. When you go here, you see that fake test main is also 100%. It's also 100%. Clear now? Got it?
Sir,
Yes.
sir, in mock, we are declaring only endpoint URL and get a method only, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Every integration program mock is same, right? It means
For
program.
if you are sorry, if you are requesting postal, then you will create a mock with a postal, right? I
Okay.
am creating. See, I am sending a postman to a village, right? In the request, what is printed? In the request, it's printed www.rupam.com and method is get. When Rupam has come to the village, right? The last house is the original house actually, but I am creating a mock. In exactly in front of, when in the entrance itself, I am building one gudshe, one hut, and in that front of the hut, I am placing one board saying that rupam.com and get. Immediately what the system is doing, on the hand it has a letter which is where the address is rupam.com. It's comparing endpoint is here, we have set in the original. Is it that endpoint is matching with the board? Yes. Is it that method is also matching with the board? Yes. The board says get. What does the method says? The request. See, from where did I got this method? I got this method from where? From request dot. That means request. What is that request? HTTP request. What is that request? That's the letter. The letter that is coming. So the postman will check the letter and will say, oh, right, name match, get match. Ante ide illu. This is the house. Then it will knock the house. But actually, this is not the original house. This is the fake house. Somebody will open the door. Somebody will say, yes, we are the person. He will receive the letter. Postman will not go. What? Actually, it's a get. Meeru sign చేసి message రాసి return ఇవ్వాలి. So I will take it. I will sign it. I will write Nandini on this. I will give it back. The postman will come back. Hello, I delivered the letter in the correct address and they gave you Nandini. Very good. I got the response Nandini. That I'm storing in the result, and then I'm creating an account with that result. Results contains Nandini. I'm creating it. So my transaction is over. I sent a postman. He delivered the letter, right? The person whom I sent, he responded back, and I created an account. Transaction over. That whole transaction we are now testing with a test. The whole thing we are testing with what? A test class. A transaction between the original and the fake.
What we declared in original class and
Right.
the
Right.
same
That endpoint has to be right. Fake has to be correct. Otherwise, postman will not stop here. No, he will go to the next house, and finally it will reach the original house.
Then
Before
what
the
is
original house.
then what is the use of methods, sir? We declare
Right.
on endpoint, right, sir? Endpoint match. What
Every
is the use of
endpoint will have method. I told you, either post or a get method. There are two things which are compulsory in integration: method and URL is compulsory. Every integration has two things compulsory: method and URL. Everywhere is used to that. For the last 2 weeks, I'm writing method and URL, endpoint URL method, endpoint URL method, endpoint URL method.
you
Right?
are writing both? Yeah.
So these two are compulsory.
Okay, sir.
So that's the reason.
And that
Understood
means
now?
Yeah, one more thing, sir. Test is must for code coverage. Code coverage must for deployment.
Yes.
But
Yes.
yeah,
If I
without
don't write this test, control S. If I don't write this test, right, I'm saving it. Right. If I don't write this test, go and execute and see whether the test passes or not. Check it
No,
out.
sir.
See,
No, sir. Without testing, also we can deploy it in the deployment class.
yeah,
So
we
what
can
is that?
deploy it, but we are not supposed to do that.
Okay. Okay.
Right? We are not supposed to do that. Without asking permission, we can enter in the class. Teacher will not tell you anything. Are you supposed to do? Is a question. Right? Without wishing somebody good morning, you can directly come inside the room. Without asking a permission, you can sit in the chair. Directly go and sit in the chair. Is it a right way to do that? Is a question.
Okay.
So it's not the matter whether మరి ఇది ఎందుకు డైరెక్ట్ వెళ్ళొచ్చు కదా, డైరెక్ట్ చేసుకోవచ్చు కదా. In life we can do directly, but still we follow a ethics called permission. Right? Can I sit, sir? Please, then you sit. Any compulsory rule that you have to ask a permission and that's it? No. Right? So the same thing is here. Right? Understood? We can, without code coverage also we can deploy, but that's not the recommended practice. You should have a test class and you have to write a code. So that's the reason I'm writing and I'm showing you. Right? Any other questions? Any other questions?
Sir, in line number 13, suppose if we have multiple accounts, then
It
how
will
to
not
write
pick up.
that statement?
It will not pick up. It will not pick up. Don't worry about it. System will not pick up. Right? Right? Whenever you are writing @is_test, this new invocation will pick up only that Nandini. Do you feel that select ID from account? How many accounts are there? You tell me. There are more than 30 accounts are there. This will pull how many? 30 accounts. But have I declared a list of account? I said account. Account means it will hold only one account. But here I'm not giving any ID because the system will take only the test context. Only the test context. Is_test will take only the data which are participating in the testing. System will only track those. It will not go ahead, even though I didn't said where name equals to Nandini. No, right? This will result, if you run this query outside, it will give you 30, 40 accounts. Can you store 40 accounts in an account? No, then you have to say list of account. Whenever you have more than one account, you store in what? You store in a list of account like this. But now
So
I'm
for
not
that, every time we have to declare system.assert equals, if I have a list of account.
Okay, again, going round and round. What is the system.assert equal to does? Tell me that first.
It is
What is the
verifying,
work?
sir.
It is just comparing and it is giving you true or false. It is comparing expected versus original and it's giving true or false. That's it. If you have 100 accounts, then will it hold 100? No, then you have to put in a loop. System.assert, if it returns 30 accounts, then will it pull all the 30 here? I will have an account called Nandini, I'll have an account called Josna, I'll have an account called as VRT Technology 1, I'll have an account called ICICI Bank. Which one it will pull here? Which one will it pull here in this account ACC name? 40 accounts are there, 40 names are there. Will it do 40 times? No. Did you write a loop? No. Then it will give error. Always whenever you are using system.assert equal to, make sure that you pull only one account, only one data, not list of data. If you're pulling a list of data, in that case, you have to write a loop statement. Here, as I told you, once again, I'm repeating this, even though I didn't give a where clause, this will not return 40 data. This will return only one data. And that data is nothing but Nandini's only. Because in this, the response is Nandini. This class has created a record. What record it created? It created a record called Nandini. So what will be pulled here? Only Nandini will be pulled here. I need not to say where it's equal to Nandini, because is_test will take only the methods and data into the test coverage. Whichever in the test area it comes, it will take it. That's the whole thing, right? If you're still not able to understand, only single word, right? If this will return Nandini only, that's it. Enduku? Because test will cover other than Nandini, because this method is returning only creating an account called Nandini. It's not creating an account called VR technology. It's not creating an account called 1 technology, 2 technology, 3 technology. If it would have created, then yes, this would have returned 4, 5 accounts. Whatever this class is creating, that only is taken into consideration here automatically. Got the explanation? Right? Any other questions?
If accept equals is not matching, then code coverage
It
will
will
not.
false. Right? It will fail. No, code coverage will give right 0%. In the place of Nandini, if I
Okay.
put Josna, it will give 0%. Your test will fail. Right?
Yes. Yeah.
Done. So again tomorrow, same time, SOAP API. We will see SOAP. Tomorrow, SOAP. This week is the last week of your course ending. Your course ends. Monday, resume building. Tuesday onwards, project. Next Friday, have a nice and wonderful day. Goodbye. That will be your class. Clear now? Right? Guys, I'm covering in depth, going things which you have not even thought. I'm going there. Right? I have told you that I'll show you how to connect Amazon Web Service also. Nobody will show you all this real time, but I'm still trying to show you so that, because integration is easy. People say integration is the tough. Ask anyone. They will say integration is the toughest in Salesforce. But it's actually yes. But if you start understanding and if you start doing, you can see that it's quite easy. Just you have to form the logic in the brain and then you have to start working on it. The whole concept is endpoint URL, endpoint URL, endpoint URL, and the method. If I'm able to form the endpoint URL correctly, 95% work is done, because remaining work is the same thing. It is same gada, ante gada. The whole thing is that this endpoint URL and getting the right method. That's it. The remaining everything is done by the system. So that's it for today. Let's meet tomorrow, same time, same link. Have a
Sorry,
nice and wonderful day, guys. Come in.
ఎండ్ కాన్సెప్ట్ ఎలా అండర్స్టాండ్ చేసుకోవాలి సార్?
అని I don't know. Endpoint ఎలా అంటే you have to read the documentation. You have to read the documentation. Whichever endpoint you are connecting, you have to read. You have to spend 10 days in integration. Doing integration programming is 1 or 2 days work. But to do that 2 days work, you have to spend 10 days on documentation. This is in the real time. If I say write an API for YouTube integration, yes, see, YouTube API, Google developers, they also give. Search for code, search for documents, get started. You have to Java, search for codes. See, you have to read this. They require an authentication, get authentication credentials. Open the credential page in the API console log. See, you have to read all these things. How the documentation will happen, how this thing will happen, right? It is giving a live there, right? How the YouTube will give you, right? I agree. So you have to spend time here. If you are able to find the endpoint URL, your integration is done. To find that endpoint URL itself is the problem, no? So that's where you have to, how can I find Rupam? You have to read. This endpoint URL is not created by me, it is created by Google. I don't know, they have to give me the documentation, how it looks. 10 days I have to thoroughly study this documentation in real time. Each and every topic I'll click and I'll see, okay, I will see some examples, right? How my endpoint URL is formed. See, they're giving com.google.com, right? Okay, then what? See, they're giving step by step. Run an authorization request. That means first run an authorization, where here is the, see, these are the endpoint URL. It's giving credentials. Here is the URL. See, you have to read these documents. Then only you'll be able to understand. To read this all documents, guys, there is nothing that is easy. You have to read this document, you have to find device, library, endpoint URLs, everything. So complete right guide is given, references are given. They are giving you, right? How can I get the videos, list of videos? How can I insert a video? See, HTTP request, can you see? Okay, where it is, video list. See, they have given you the endpoint URL. What is the method they have used now? Get HTTP www.google, right, .youtube.videos. What are the parameters they are given you? Right, keywords, parameters, IDs. See, you have to read all these things. I want to insert a video. Insert, right? They will give you the HTTP also. See, HTTP request, post. Now, what method they are using? I told you in real time there are only two methods: gets and post. See, you can go post. For that, you need to an authorization. So read authorization first. On whose account you will post. Now you see that this is the endpoint URL. What are the parameters in this URL? String, part. Part is a parameter server, two purposes. It identifies the property. See, you have to read this document and to understand. Request body. What are the request body should contain? How the response will be? If successful, the method will return a video resource in the response body. Right? See, this is how you have to form response body. Video resource. It will give you a response. This is the way it will give you a response. JSON. Long list of JSON it will give you back. See, and there's a definition. Whatever you see here, kind, codec, what is it, codec? I don't know. Don't worry. Scroll down. You will be able to find codec. Long list of definition is there. They will provide you all the definition. See, long list. So it is your work to read. Integration, doing integration is 1 or 2 days, 1 day work. But to get that status stage, you have to read this documentation wherever you want to integrate. Similarly, if you are providing integration services, you also have to prepare similar document for others to read. Clear now what I'm talking about? So this is the way. See, so much big document. Scroll down. These many definitions are there. I'm scrolling fast. Whew. List, insert, update. I want to delete one video in YouTube. How can I do that? Here it is. This is your right delete command. They allow delete in your account. See, the method is delete. Nothing. Right? http.set method, where I've set method, I'll say method equals to delete. That's it. These are the URL. And then you have to read. See, request body. Do not provide a request body when calling. They are saying don't provide a body. Let the body be blank. What is the response? If successful, this method will return HTTP 204. You'll get nothing. You'll just get this number called 204. The way we got Nandini, only one fixed response. Here also you'll get a fixed response, 204. That means whenever you see 204, you will understand that success. Suppose there's error, then they will give 403, 404. That means response will contain only number 204, 403, 404. 404 means the video that you are trying to delete cannot be deleted. The request might be something. The video you are trying to delete cannot be found. 404 is not found. There is no such videos. See, try it is here. Use a API request. Here it is. Try the API. You say execute, right? What is that ID? I will say I'll give anything. Right ID equals to some string. I will say SFDC, right? Execute or show the code. It will show you the code. See, the URL has been shown here. Now you see, request type is delete. This is the endpoint URL, video dot, right? Your API keyword. See, execute. System is trying to now delete a video called as from whose name. Let us log in with this. It is trying to delete something called HDFC. Allow. Sorry, what is that? SFDC. It's trying to delete. See, 404. It gave a response back. What is that? The message you're trying to delete cannot be found. In my account, there is no such video called SFDC. This is the response. This is the response. In real time, you have to study this. Your main aim is to get this URL. How to form the URL. The URL consists of what? API key. Where is the key? Find the key. API key, find the key, and put it in your code. The way we did it, in the two real time we have seen in the SMS, we have used the key. In the currency layer, we have to use the key. Here also YouTube, you have to use the key. Tell me why it's so difficult. Now you know the concept, you know everything. It is just that you have to form the URL. And see, this is the response I'm getting for not found. Got it, guys? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Sir, in the project class, how many projects you are going to explain, sir?
Hey, what is this question? How many project you want? 100 project or 200 project? Is it that I'm selling in kilos? Guys, be realistic. How many project means what? Do you feel that I have a bank of project, state bank of project, right? Where Rupam has 100 projects and you want all those hundreds to be real. I didn't even do 100 project till this state. In my life, till today in my life, I didn't completed 100 projects. Then don't ask all this. Be realistic, guys, in life. Don't be a cat closing your eyes and drinking the milk and thinking that nobody's watching you. Please come out of that, right? I will give you one project and I'll give you real time. Nobody gives a real time. The project that I'll be giving you is not 100% real time. Real time project is a 2 years project. 2 years project, a team of 40 people doing it, right? From there, I will take one piece out, one piece, one drop from the glass I'm taking out, and I'm giving you as a project, right? From one particular module, I'm taking it out, and that I'm giving you as a project, right? That's it. Nobody gives real-time project. Nobody gives real-time project. I'm telling it openly, beat of the drums, right? On the boards, big banners will be there, real-time projects, right? I told you in my demo class also the same thing. By sitting in Amirpet, can you do a real-time project? Right? You do a real-time projects in 2 months, 3 months. That means, are we fool that taking a salary of $1 lakh per month, a team of 40 people working for 2 years for the same project, and the same project you're doing in 2 months? Wow, so genius. That means I should remove all the 40 people and I should hire you, only one person, and you will be able to do the project within 2 months. Genius, right? Is it not faking the reality? Right? In real time, one project is 1.5 year, 2 years minimum. One real time project. Does one person work on it? In a real time, how many people work? 5, 6, 10, 20, 30. That means a team works. Then whatever the project I'm giving, do you think it's a real time? 40 people or 5 people doing it for 2 years. You alone will take 10 years to do it then. That means if I give a real time project, your project completion date should be 10 years from now. Because you are doing a work of 5 people. 5, 6 people work you have to do. Right? 5, 6 people work you have to do. And the whole project in the real time, 5 people can complete in 1.5 year. That means 7.5 years it will take for you to complete that work. If you work every day 8 hours, let's say 5 hours, you will definitely not work for 5 hours a day on the project. So that means it will take at least 10 years if I give you a real time project. So please be real, right? Don't set wrong expectations to yourself as well as to it. Abba, I might be very harsh, very rude. These words are, you might not like it. Make నచ్చట్లేదు. Because you guys are habitual of hearing manchi words, good words. I'll give real-time projects. We will give you job guarantee. We will give you this. మీ ఈ వేరే ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్స్ అదర్ ట్రైనింగ్ ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ ఈ బ్యానర్స్లు పోస్టర్లు giving you attractive words. By looking at that, your expectations has increased. You are, by looking at these banners and posters and other institute false promises, you are moving away from the reality. You are going away from the reality. Don't go away from the reality, guys. Use your brain. In 2 months, can I do a real-time project? First question is this. If you are honestly able to answer it, then you got your answer, right? Got it? How many projects I'll give you? Giving you one real-time project itself is a greatness, right? So I'll give you one real-time project, right? You want dummy projects? I can give you one more. Chalo, be happy to. 2 is enough, or you want more? Giving is not that. Doing is the great thing. And these projects you cannot place in the resume. Don't think that I'm giving a project to place on the resume. Once again, I'm calling it out. No, that is not my duty, right? Because everybody will place different experiences, right? Somebody will say that I work from Apple Technologies Bangalore. Somebody will say that I work for Info Solution, Banjara Hills. Somebody else will show experience from Pune. Somebody else will show experience from Acer Technology, Begumpet, something. Different companies. How can you put the same project? All the resumes will have same project but different company. Then all are caught. That means this company is fake, this project is fake. From where I can get the project? Question. You should ask the experience from where you're taking the experience. Tell them that what are the different projects you have. Give a project which I can put on the resume. For what sake you're paying 10,000? Just for a color paper printout, right? Fake experience is what? Only a paper printout that this is to certify that Mr. Master Ravi, Master, or Mr. What do you call it? Mr. Gopal has worked 5.5 years in our company as a software engineer. One, no, you have to go and you should negotiate. Give me the client names, whatever the client names that there in your website. Give me the client name. Give me one project. You have to give me a project which I have to place on the resume, right? The project has to be with the client. So give me a project. You have to ask them, right? Or you have to create your own project. Tell them it is there. The fake experience provider request, they have to give you this project. Our projects are only for practice. It's not for placing them in the resume. If you place them on your resume, that's your wish. Tomorrow, if 2 people place the same project that I give, both will be caught. Then don't come to me. Understood? Right? Don't go by fake promises that job guarantee. There are people who pay 80,000, 1 lakh, 2 lakh, right, for a job guarantee, and then money is lost, everything is lost. You can't even go and complain to the police also. They knows it because these are all legal work. How can you go and tell the police that I gave 50,000 for a backdoor entry for a job, right? Can you go and complain? No. So don't get into all these things, wrong things, right? I mean, keep away from this all, right? Be realistic. In the realistic, try to find out which is wrong, but still realistically wrong. I can at least sustain those wrongs and I can put it in right way. Take those. Any other questions?
Yeah, sir.
Yes, tell me.
సేల్స్ ఫోర్స్ తో పాటు ఇంకేమన్నా కోర్సులు నేర్చుకోవాలంటే మీరు ఏం సజెస్ట్ చేస్తారు? లైక్ జావా స్క్రిప్ట్ ఆర్ హెచ్టిఎంఎల్, సిఎస్ఎస్
Obviously,
ఏముంటే అడిషనల్ గా?
obviously, if you learn a CSS, if you learn an Java based Java classes, or if you learn CSS or SQL, right? SQL is not that important, but CSS, okay, right? So if you learn Java and CSS, that will be always an added advantage to you, right?
Correct me if I'm wrong. Java and JavaScript are different or both are same?
Yes, different.
So which one is better, Java or JavaScript
Both.
for this Salesforce? Both are
Good.
important. Okay.
Both. Right. See, Apex
Actually,
programming. Mhm.
హైదరాబాద్ లో సేల్స్ ఫోర్స్ కంపెనీ ఉంది కదా సార్, దాంట్లో ఓపెనింగ్స్ పడ్డాయి 2 years ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ కావాలంట, బట్ సర్టిఫికేషన్ అడుగుతున్నాడు, అడ్మిన్
Perfect.
సర్టిఫికేషన్ 201 సంథింగ్.
Obviously, kada. They are Salesforce company. They want certified people only. Right?
Yes.
Market there is a demand, guys. It's not that you are in a wrong course. It is just that you have to increase your knowledge. You have to be, very good in this, right? On the concepts and everything, right? If required, do certification. If you need a certification guidance, I can help you, right? You can contact your admin or you can contact me. We can help you on your certification, right? Anything is fine, right? Market there is a demand, even though it's a slow, the job requirement has come down, but no, we do have hiring coming up, going on. So get ready in the market. As soon as you roll out your resume with 3 years experience, you will see that you will start getting calls, right? So I will stop the recording
రిక్వైర్మెంట్స్ లో
here.
అక్కడ